What's up, guys? Cat Daddy Crypto here. You know what I need you to do. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay up to date with news around Kaspa and Kaspa's ecosystem, as well as the rest of the crypto market. Subscribe and like this video. Let's get it. What's going on, guys? I want to go over a few things here. Obviously, the market is crashing currently as we speak. I'm recording this on Sunday night. As of Monday, when this video goes out, things could even be worse. But there's a few key things that I want to look at here, because it seems like things that we've been talking about, of this being a manufactured crash in order to force the Fed's hand to cut rates and in quantitative tightening, might actually be coming to fruition. Now, if we take a look here, I'm not going to play this little video because we don't need to hear this guy actually saying it. We can just summarize what he said. And it's JP Morgan's, shout out to DJ News for posting this. JP Morgan's Asset Management's Bob Michelle, I think that's Michelle, I think it's Michelle, says Federal Reserve may have to cut interest rates before the next meeting in May. Remember, the next Fed meeting is May 6th to 7th, which coincidentally falls right in the same time frame as Crescendo. Obviously, that wasn't planned out. It's just a coincidence. But nonetheless, that would have been an interesting few days in early May. But JP Morgan's Asset Management, Bob, is basically letting us know that he thinks, or they think, that the Fed might actually have an emergency rate cut even before the May 6th date for the next meeting, which, in my opinion, would be a good thing, right? Because that means something's broken. We can finally start to move in the direction of rate cuts, quantitative tightening ending, and potentially quantitative easing beginning at some point. Now, to piggyback on this right here, let's go over to Polymarket's X page themselves, and it says the Fed's emergency rate cut in 2025 is up 26%, or it's sitting at 26% as a yes, up 7%. So it is moving in the upward trajectory as we speak, as we're seeing the markets deeply in the red, and the stock market is way down today. I imagine that tomorrow, which would be today for those of you who are watching this video, that the markets could even get another leg, which would again help all of this stuff that we've been waiting for God knows how long now to start unraveling and happening, right? Because if the markets don't crash and there's no feeling, right, and none of the data says that there's anything sick or anything wrong in the economy or the market, then the Fed is just going to go on its merry way doing absolutely nothing until something needs to be done. So what's happening right now is something that needs to happen in order for us to actually flip this on its heels 180, and we can start moving in a positive direction again. Now, the last thing I want to show you here is Donald Trump had comments on, somebody asked him about the current state of the markets, and it says President Trump comments on the market saying, "I don't want anything to go down, but sometimes you have to take medicine in order to fix something." So clearly what he's saying there is everything is not healthy right now, and in order to reset everything back to the levels where it needs to be in order for the economy to be injected with liquidity, and all of the numbers that they look at to make decisions on monetary policy need to break in order for things to be reset. Monetary policy can then turn around into the positive, and we can go up. So, if you guys have been paying attention or watching me for a little while now, I've kind of had this theory that these markets are intentionally being manufactured to the downside. And I think that the tariff talks are kind of a talking point in order to scare people into this scenario that we're sitting in right now. Right? I think when it's all said and done, the tariffs are going to be a non factor and everybody will forget about it a few months down the line. That's just my guess. But we've talked about this numerous times now, and I think that this is actually playing out right in front of our eyes, and there's signs on the horizon that we are going to start moving in the opposite direction finally, where we can actually see some real movement positively in the markets. I don't think it's going to happen immediately, but we need these dominoes to fall in order to get us back into a scenario where we can feel good and can feel positive about our portfolios again. So, this cleansing that's happening right now, when it's all said and done, is a good thing. And I hope for the next few days it continues to rip to the downside and it forces the Fed to start reducing rates again, an emergency rate cut. All of our altcoins will then bottom, and then we'll have a massive counter trend rally to the upside when it's all said and done. That is what I want to happen, and I want that band-aid to be ripped off. Right? We're so close right now. I don't want to have another rally up before we just get this out of the way, go down to the levels we need to go down to, force the Fed to cut rates, force the Fed to end quantitative tightening. Let's get it over with. Let's get it out of the way so we can go up and go through our altcoin cycle in the second half of this year. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. In the meantime, continue to pack your damn bags before it's too late. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.